Every person has excuses. The difference is that some people use them and some people overcome them. Right now, your excuses are costing you more than you realize. They are costing you progress. They are costing you discipline. They are costing you opportunities. And most importantly, they are costing you time. Because every excuse creates delay. And delay slowly becomes a lifestyle. You tell yourself you're tired. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You tell yourself you need more motivation, more money, more confidence, more certainty. But the truth is, there will always be another excuse waiting for you. That's how excuses survive. They constantly change their shape. They adapt. They become believable. They sound logical, reasonable, sometimes even intelligent. But they still produce the same result: inaction. That's why excuses are dangerous. Not because they are obvious, but because they are convincing. They allow you to feel comfortable while staying stuck. They protect you from discomfort, but they also protect you from growth. Every excuse feels harmless in the moment, but over time, they build invisible walls around your life. Walls made from delay, walls made from fear, walls made from avoidance. And eventually, you become trapped inside a life you never wanted. Not because you lacked ability, not because you lacked opportunity, but because you listened to excuses more than discipline. The hardest truth to accept is that your excuses don't change reality. They only change your response to it. Life keeps moving. Opportunities keep passing. Time keeps disappearing. Whether your excuse is valid or not. That's why discipline is powerful. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. Discipline asks what needs to be done. It doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It acts anyway. That's what separates people who grow from people who stay stuck. One group obeys excuses. The other obeys standards. One group waits. the other acts. One group talks, the other executes. And after enough time, the gap becomes enormous. Because small daily actions compound, just like small daily excuses compound. Every day you avoid responsibility, the habit gets stronger. Every day you act despite resistance, discipline gets stronger. That's the battle. Not against the world, against yourself. Against the voice that constantly says, later, tomorrow, not now, because later becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And eventually, you realize you've been waiting for a life that was never going to arrive on its own. That's when regret appears. Not because you failed, but because you never fully tried. Because excuses convinced you to stay where you were. Don't let that happen. Look honestly at your life. What excuse are you repeating? Which story keeps showing up? Which reasons keeps holding you back? Identify it. Challenge it. Replace it with action. Because action destroys excuses. Every single time. You don't need perfect conditions. You need movement. You don't need motivation. You need discipline. You don't need another excuse. You need another step forward. That's how change happens. One decision, one action, one disciplined moment at a time. Stop listening to excuses. Start listening to discipline. Stop talking. Start executing.